Hi everybody, my name is Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
I'm Jason.
And we're the YHWH Torah YouTube channel.
And we are on a brand new section today for everybody that is joining us on this channel. Our family is you guys. You guys are our family. We really, really appreciate everybody that is out there. We appreciate everybody that hangs out with us, that studies the Word of our Creator. We're the family that what? Slowly, Eli.
We're a family that believes in the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. They are still around. There's the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. They have not been abolished. They are still around to this day. And we also believe that the Son of the Creator, YHWH, because there were no J's in Hebrew. His name is not Jesus. His original Hebrew name is Jesus, or is YHWH.
Yeah.
That if you believe in Him, you will have salvation, and you keep the commandments of YHWH.
Right. And so salvation is kind of a two-way road. What does it look like according to Revelation 14:12, Jaden?
It is those who keep the Torah and have the faith in Messiah. You keep the first 5 books of the Bible, the laws, you do as you're told, and then you also believe that YHWH is your Messiah, that He died for our sins so that we can have forgiveness of sins. We believe that He came down, that He was sent down from His Father to heal us and forgive us of our sins.
Yep. Okay, and we are starting a brand new reading today. It's called The Writings of Abraham, and you can find it in the Yah Scriptures Apocrypha, which is available you can purchase it. It is a prison ministry that is attempting to deliver free scriptures into the hands of the brothers and sisters in chains. And so whenever you purchase one of these scriptures, we are working on getting it to where the prisoners are able to get the word of our Creator in a restored name. What we're going to be reading is we're going to be a restored names scriptures version of this. And it'll quickly take you over to where this is able to be purchased. We are doing pre-sales for this right now. We're hoping that in about 2 weeks, we're going to send this off to the printers. We should have this in a couple of months. And it is the largest, cheapest scriptures you will ever find anywhere. You will never find another scriptures like this. It doesn't exist. And so when you're looking at the number of books that you get in this scriptures, it's 103 books. And the first is the Old Testament, the second is the New Testament, and then the last part is the Apocrypha. And the Apocrypha is amazing set of books, and they've all been hidden from all of us. And all of these books will actually be available on Amazon here very, very shortly. And for every 10 books that people buy, we're able to pop one Bible into the prisons for our brothers and sisters. And so this is the beginning of this right here. This is the writings of Abraham. Now, most people have never ever heard of this. Now, guys, give me a little bit of who's Father Abraham to begin with. What are we dealing with here, folks?
So he is a descendant of Noah. He is a descendant of Shem as well. His dad, Terah, was a idol worshiper in the days of Nimrod, when Nimrod was trying to build the Tower of Babel. This guy is an idol worshiper. They didn't believe in YHWH. After the flood and everything, we still had like giants on the earth. We still had people that were corrupted DNA. And we have a guy named Abraham. Now, he didn't grow up knowing YHWH. He was, I guess he did grow up knowing YHWH. His dad didn't. And is Jasher we learn about him? Yeah, it's Jasher that we learn about him. Nimrod tried to kill him as a baby because his prophet saw a bunch of stars being eaten, and they're like, "Oh, this is a descendant of Noah is going to come and kill you." And so he told Terah, he goes, "I'll give you all this money if you give me your baby." And he killed the baby, but it was another baby that he had, and he sent him off to be with Shem and Noah, and he taught. And Abraham grew up in the ways of YHWH. And then he came later, and YHWH came back when he was older. He goes, "Come out of the land of Canaan, or go to the land of Canaan, and I'm going to give you what you send this land to get out of the land of Babylon."
Yeah, and there is something that in scriptures and regular scriptures in Genesis you don't actually understand exactly anything. We have an incident inside of scriptures where we have Abraham that goes and saves his nephew, Lot. And as Abraham goes and beats down like kings all over the place, and there's just one night of mayhem where Abraham goes and destroys them. There's a example of something we don't understand. There's a reading where Abraham comes back and gives 10% of everything he had to somebody they called the Melchizedek. Now, unless you read the extracurricular books, you don't understand who the sovereign or the king of Melchizedek is. You don't know who this is. And we'll give you a spoiler alert and let you know right out of the gate who it is, because, again, when you're only reading regular scriptures, there are a tremendous amount of details that you do not get. And they make a lot of difference, because in the world that we are going to be in the second Exodus, in the kingdom to come, there will be an order of the Melchizedek. It is a priest line. It is a way, and it is something that we're going to learn about here that you will not get anywhere else. And so, strap up, buckle up. Let's get ready to read the writings of Abraham. And for anyone who does not know, we have 9 alligators with fur. We often refer to them as pit bulls, and they often make a lot of noise in the background. There's nothing we can do about it. We love them dearly. They are our family. They are little humans to us, and so they just exist all around us. So we are literally surrounded by pit bulls in every direction. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, the writings of Abraham. Dun, dun, dun.
Should we do a drum roll?
Should we do a drum roll? Let's do a drum roll. All right, the writings of Abraham, and the drum roll begins. Behold, my son, I have caused to come into thine hands a fragment of the writings of Abraham, in which he hath left a record of his sojourn among men, and of the barakah of Yahuwah unto him.
Do we know who's writing that? Do you know who said that?
This is, I don't know. This is, I don't know. I don't know who's writing this particular part of this right here. But this is interesting because this same fragment of writings that came into their hands way back in the day, and the same record that is, for those who do not know, the word baraka is blessings. And so what this is saying right here is that he's receiving a blessing from this. So continuing back on in verse 1. This I have brought to thee, that thou might restore that which is lost, that the fullness of the record in its original purity might be found again among the sons of Elohim. And so we're dealing with something that has been hidden from us. It's been hidden from us for many, 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 many years. Most people, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me out there who are listening to this, is, do you know who the Melchizedek priest was? And if you don't know, that you'll want to listen up. And I don't think we'll do a spoiler alert on this, because we will actually read about this. But these are sacred readings, sacred writings that we have now gotten into our hands, that we are able to have this. And so these are things that we should all very much take into account, because this is the history of our forefathers. Okay, 2. Behold, these things are sacred. Wherefore, send them not forth unto the children of men, but let them be for the edification of the elect, that your hearts may be turned unto the fathers, and ye may draw close to them, and they to you. So right out of the gate, right? I mean, this was something that was obviously hidden by them, right? Sin not, these are not things for the sons of the children of men, but it's for the people who are the elect. And, the elect, if you're looking for a definition, the elect are the people that are observing, that are keeping the law, statutes, and commands. The elect, in scriptures, it tells us a lot about who the elect are. But the elect are a special people that cares about our Creator and cares about His ways. Okay, 3. Thus will the veil be withdrawn, and ye will commune with the general assembly of the firstborn, and shall even be ushered back unto my presence. Go now and do this work which I have placed in thine hand. Amen. 2. I, Abraham, was born the son of Terach, who was prime minister to Nimrod, who reigned in Ur of the Chaldean. Now this Nimrod was a wicked man and an idolater, and my father, Terach, was led to follow after his abominations. Moreover, Nimrod was a man of mighty power, for he was a master Mahan, and had in his hands the secrets of the ancients, as they had come down from Canaan, wherein he knew the words of power and the signs for using them, and he had the Kadesh garments which had been given unto Adam in the garden, in which was great power. Okay, now let's talk about this a little bit.
So is like doing like magic powers or something, or like he has spells?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Prior to the overthrow of Babel, where everything was one language, we were all under the old language of old, right? The Hebrew language. They knew words that could tear the veil. They knew words that could move mountains. They knew words that could bring down fire on villages, right? There's a lot of stuff. And that's the power of our Creator, is much of all of this stuff we've lost throughout the years, right? We don't speak the same language. We don't understand the culture. We don't understand anything about it. And so these are all new things that we've heard. So let's talk real quick. How did Nimrod end up with Adam's garments? Anyone?
It was
Cush. And it was Cush and his father Ham.
They ended up stealing them off the ark and like giving them like they like hid them away and then gave them to their children.
Well, actually, from another scriptures that we have, this was I don't know if you've read this, because Eli and I have definitely read this a lot. Eli, let's give this account of where, at least a second account of where Nimrod would have ended up with this.
It was during the time that Ham, when Noah, when he planted his vineyard, and he got really drunk, and then then Ham saw him naked. That was when he went and stole the garments, and then later he went and told his brothers about where Noah was, and then he just snuck off with the garments, he hid them from all of his other sons, then he gave them to his youngest son Cush later on, and then Cush gave them to Nimrod.
Yeah. Okay, all right, so here we go. Which verse are we on, gentlemen?
We are on number 4.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All of this power did Nimrod use to get gain after the manner of the secret combination. With his power, he had set out to build a tower, which would reach to the Shamayim, even the city of my father Canak, which had been taken up, that he, Nimrod, might dispose Elohim from his throne, for Elohim had taken up his abode among the people of Canak. All right, let's talk about this real quick, because most people don't understand that the city of, there's a couple of cities that we hear about that they've been taken up, and one is we don't know where Eden is. We believe that I don't think Eden got destroyed. I believe it was, according to the book of Adam and Eve, which is also found in the Apocrypha. Eden was right above Adam. Adam could actually see Eden when he was done. He could see, it was something like floating in the air or something of the sort. But here, it's talking about the city of my father, basically Enoch. For those who do not know who Hanok is, that is Enoch. And it's basically saying it was taken up. Like verse 6. But Elohim frustrated the plans of Nimrod by confounding the language of him and his people, that they could no longer remember the sacred words, and they scattered forth over the face of the earth.
Was it like one set of sacred words, was a whole bunch of sacred words?
I think it's a concoction of all these different words of things that we don't know anymore. And
it doesn't work in other languages, like the words, like if people remember it in the new language, they wouldn't be able to use that.
Well, here's the thing: is we do know that in this world we have spellcasters, right? We have witches and warlocks and all these little demon people, and they all have these certain incantations. We have a demon guy. His name is Aleister Crowley. He was all into which they essentially called sex magic, and it is basically it's dealing with bloodletting, all of this sacred stuff. And so as you're dealing with Satanists, that is part of their world. Is they try to control the jinn, they try to control the demons, they try to incant things. So there is absolutely a power of words over various things, and so these are very interesting things. So
was this power that was given to humans, or was this power that was given from the fallen?
It was and this is something that unfortunately you won't have, Cade, and Jade won't have a lot of it, is because we have read these extracurricular books over and over and over and over. Now, what do we know about this, Eli?
I believe it came from the fallen, and it was taught to Ham.
Yeah, but there's also and I don't know if we read it in this book, but there's also the ability of Yah's people to call down fire on things. But there was also essentially, if you attempt to call down fire and it's not ordained by Yah, then you'll lose your ability to be in this little club. And so I don't know a tremendous amount about this, but we do know that from what we're reading right here, the words, which are incredible as well, and the English language is one of those that is it's an example of spelling, right? The Hebrew language isn't, you don't have to spell to get words together. The Hebrew language, it's pictograph. The original Hebrew language is all pictograph, and you could basically just figure out what in the world they were saying by putting the pictures together and reading through the pictures. Now we have, the attack on language and verbiage is completely crazy. So, all right, let's continue on. At that time, 7. Let's go with 6 again. But Elohim frustrated the plans of Nimrod by confounding the language of him and his people, that they could no longer remember the sacred words, and they scattered forth over the face of the earth. At that time, Nimrod came and established the city of which is the city of light, for he yet retained his determination to build a city to rival the city of Elohim, that the light and power might center in him. Okay, let's talk about the city of Elohim, right? There's a city that's already, that's there, right? There's a leader in this city. And I won't be a spoiler alert because I don't think we will get that all today. But there is a whole place of holiness that was there as the world was falling to bits. There was a good city that you would want to be a part of. And this city is where all of our forefathers lived and dwelled. Okay, 8. And through the ministration of Satan, he did receive again some of the words of power and did recognize the secret combination among his people. But he had not power as at first, for the fullness of the pure language was not restored to him according to the decree of the Most High Elohim. Now in all the wickedness of Nimrod, my father stood by his side, for he was deceived by the subtle cunning and power which Nimrod possessed. Okay, we'll do 3, and I don't know if we'll go more than that, but this gets really exciting. My father Terach was the son of Nachor, and Nachor was the son of Sarug, and Sarug was the son of Reu, and Reu was the son of Peleg. In those days, the earth was divided. Peleg was the son of Eber, who was the son of Eber, and who was, what's that say there? Peleg was the son of Eber, who was the son of Eber. Does that sound right? No. Who was the son of Shalach, who was the son of Arpachshad, the son of Shem, who was Melchizedek, which by interpretation is sovereign Kohen, for he was sovereign and a Kohen for the Most High. Noah was the son of Lamech, the son of Methuselah, the son of Canak, who was taken up with the city, that they might minister unto those in the flesh who sought a higher law than was available to them on the earth. Now the birth of Noah was after this manner. While his father Lamech was journeying toward his home from preaching the Besorah among the sons of men, most of whom had rejected his testimony, a messenger of Yahuwah appeared unto him and saluted him, saying, Hail Lamech, thou favored one of Elohim. For according to the promise of Yahuwah, Elohim to be thy father Canak, thou hast been chosen to be father to him, through whom the seed of man will be preserved through the great flood, which Elohim will send upon the earth in judgment. For all the sons of men have gone astray through the corruptions of those messengers who fell from among the Shamaim, and mingled their seed with the daughters of men, and begat sons of great strength and mighty wickedness. Yea, these have caused all flesh to corrupt their ways before Yahuwah. Wherefore they shall be destroyed, save thy son, who shall be the seed of the future generations. Okay, well, I think we'll end it right there at the end of 4 today. What have we gained from this? What have we gleaned so far from this?
We learned that Shem is Melchizedek. We learned that he is the one guy that shows up.
It didn't say that.
It did. It said he was the king. It said he was Shem, who was Melchizedek.
You did a spoiler alert. Okay.
It says right here in 3. It says, and the son of Shem, who was Melchizedek.
Okay, all right. It did say it. So that was okay. So Jaden caught it, and nobody else did. I guess I didn't. Did you guys catch it? Anyone else catch it? So okay. So then let's put this as the spoiler. There's no more spoiler alert. The king of this holy city is Shem. Shem, the son of Noach, is the Melchizedek priest. He is in a line of a priesthood that came about that, again, you don't hear anything about in Genesis. You don't understand why does Abraham went and gave some guy 10% or what this had to do with anything. why there was a city like we have a city. But we're going to learn all about the city. We're going to learn all about the where these our forefathers and foremothers came from, how they were existing, all of this stuff. And these are very exciting readings that we have in this. And so today we will wrap this up, and we will get more into it tomorrow. And with that, I truly wish all of you guys a wonderful day. We hope you guys are blessed. We love you guys very, very much. And we are out.
All right.
All right,
Shalom.
Shalom.